What's going on, everyone? Jack here from Nothing But Tech. Welcome to another video. This video is going to be checking out my setup and the room tour, so let's get right into it. Quick note though, I actually made a whole series documenting building this from scratch, so if you want to check that out, it's called Building My Ultimate Setup. I'll leave a card right here for you guys. But yeah, let's get right into it. Nothing's really ever finished, so keep in mind I'm going to keep improving on it in the upcoming months. But let's get right into the almost finalized version of the setup. So right behind me, I have the Vizio E-Series TV, and I actually use this TV for media consumption like Netflix and YouTube. Cable management up top is pretty horrendous right now. Like, I still have to really work on getting this better, but this TV is 4K. I think it's like 43 inches. I got it for a steal at Best Buy, so I'm really happy with it. But you're probably noticing this globe behind the TV, and you're probably wondering what it is. Good question. So the globe behind the TV is from something called the Dream Screen LED lights, and the Dream Screen LED lights aren't typical LED lights. So they're smartphone controlled LED lights that go behind the TV, and you can see the application right here. And they do standard colors. Like, I can make it just like a blue color or a pinkish purple color. So I can do it with a color wheel. It's a 16 million different colors. But then what I can also do is do different themes, like a pop theme, which has purple and blue. But then the really nifty feature and cool feature about the Dream Screen is the fact that it can see what's on the TV in terms of the colors and then replicate and kind of have those colors bleed off of the screen. So let's just say, for example, there was green and yellow on the screen. The LED lights would do green and yellow colors to match that. So it really uses that final step to immerse you into the content and just draw you in into watching it. So I would highly recommend it. I'll leave a link to this down below alongside everything else in this video, but I've been loving the Dream Screen so far. Moving forward, over here I have a shelf that holds all of my gear. So this gear shelf right behind me holds my gear. So starting from this side, I have a ring light, and you guys see this a lot in the background of my videos. It just looks really nice for both B-roll and A-roll. And it's this little cheap $30 LED light that does 3 different brightness settings, and it just looks really nice in the background of videos, especially when it's blurred out. So I keep this up here when I'm not using it, but then when I am using it, it goes on my main setup just to look good in A-roll and B-roll. And then next to that, I have 2 different lenses. So I have the kit lens, which comes as the 70D. It is an 18 to 55 millimeter lens. And then I also have the 11 millimeter to 20 millimeter lens from Tokina. This is a really wide angle lens. I used it when I was using the 70D as my main camera for a wide angle shot or for vlogging. And it's a pretty heavy lens, but it's not nearly as heavy as my other main lens, which I'll show you guys in a little bit. But it was a really solid lens and it produced pretty good image quality. So these were 2 of my lenses that I used with the 70D. I used this for maybe a few weeks until I really invested into a good piece of glass, which you guys will see in a little bit. Moving right along here, I also have this little Joby Gorilla Pod, and this is what I was using when I was vlogging. So I could hold it out like this and just talk to the camera. And this is a pretty heavy setup. It's made out of metal. It has a really nice head up here, which I can use to really vary the shot, but it was a little bit heavy for a portable rig and a little bit big. So when I don't need that, I use this from Manfrotto, which is a much smaller tripod, and it kind of serves the same purpose. It can go out into a tripod to get a stable shot, just like this one can. It doesn't have as much flexibility on what it can hang on to because this one can wrap around most anything, but this is just a lot smaller. It is made out of plastic, but that keeps it light. So when I'm trying to go for portability over function, I go for the Manfrotto mini tripod. But when I really need something that's gonna hold up and be strong, I go for this one. But I would say about 90% of the time I'm using this tripod. I really love it, and it was such a great investment. I bought it off of a whim just because it was on sale, and I've used it every single time I've used my camera for traveling. So I really, really like that. And then just next to those 2 things, I have this little LED light. This light is extremely bright, so let me show you guys that quickly. This light can go extremely bright, as you can see, and then I can also dim it to get a low level. So I use this as like a fill light. My good friend Armando made a full video on this, so if you want to check it out, you could do that. But you can change the color temperature to get a warmer tone or cooler tone. So it's just a really versatile light, and the main purpose that I have this light is for like show floors or somewhere where I just need to add a little bit of light to a scene that's kind of inconsistent on whether or not you're going to get light. So that'd be like wedding photography or party photography or like show floor, stuff like that. it works really, really well. Moving right along, I have this little case for my small HD 501 monitor. In this case, it's padded in the inside. So it's really great for when I have to travel with the monitor, as the monitor is pretty pricey. So it's great to be able to protect it in a pretty convenient small form factor, and it's easy to just carry around. So I bring that when I'm bringing around my small HD monitor. And then right next to that is probably my favorite lens of all time. This is the Sigma 18 to 35 millimeter lens. This was my main lens that I used with the 70D. It's extremely heavy. This is a lens I was talking about before when I said the Tokina lens is lighter. This lens is really heavy, but it's made out of fully metal. It's a great zoom lens. It offers sharpness like a prime, but it zooms in, and it has a great zoom range from wide to a close-in shot. So this is probably the most versatile lens that I own, and everything about it just screams premium. But now, since I upgraded to the A6500, which you're watching me on, I needed an adapter with it, so I picked up the MC11 adapter, and this lens still performs really great with that. So if you see something that looks really great with a lot of bokeh, you can probably assume that it's from this lens. Moving right along over here though, I have some Zeiss lens cleaning kit. I have my old camera, which I've mentioned a few times now, this 70D. This is just such a trusty camera. It's a great camera to start YouTube off with, but really just start with anything you have, I always say, but this is a great camera. So just quickly going over the rest, because I don't really want to get too much into camera gear, as I want to show you guys the rest of the room. If you guys want a more dedicated video on all the camera gear I use, be sure to smash the like button to let me know. But just in terms of other stuff, I have a camera cage here, the Rode VideoMic Pro, and then this little lens blower, so I can put this on the lens and blow to get dust off of it. So I can just go like this and it will actually remove dust, and it's like $5, so it prevents you from smudging the lens with like a cleaner of some sort, and it just works like a quick fix if there's just like one piece of dust or a few pieces of dust. So that's pretty cool. And then I just have some LED lights, which I'm planning to apply to the back of the desk, and then the $10 fan that I featured in my 7 days of MBT, and then just a little battery bank. So that's kind of the gear shelf. But let's talk a little bit about where I actually film. So the first thing that I want to discuss quickly is just my lights. So this right here is a Studio Pro light. This is one of 2 lights that I actually have. And this is what it is at full brightness. So normally I just use it at around like 20% brightness, and it fills up the room really nicely. And it looks great for A-roll and B-roll. I'm still kind of perfecting my technique of using lights and kind of lighting the shot correctly, as that makes your videos look like 10 times better. But these are the lights that I have. They offer a really slim form factor compared to my softboxes, and they provide a ton of light. So moving on to this right here is my overhead rig. So this is how I get like the overhead shots if I'm holding a product for my live unboxings and stuff. That's what I use right here. It's just a little Manfrotto clamp and an overhead spot right here. And this is where my MKE 600 sits. So it's right out of frame when I'm talking to the camera. It's right here, and that alleviated having 2 products now just to 1. So instead of having a microphone stand and this, I just need this. So it works really, really well. And that's kind of what you see. And then right underneath that, I have this little IKEA desk. It's white and it looks great in my videos. I use it for my live unboxings and stuff. On here, I have a white balance card. This is to just get the proper white balance, as you can see right there. And then I have this little wooden cutting board. And that's actually a really quick tip. If you want to spice up the way your video and B-roll looks, but you don't want to spend money on another wooden desk, just get one of these. And with close shots, you won't really be able to tell. I've used it in a few videos. I love it. And then I can just tuck it away. And then on top of that, I just have 2 remote controllers, and that's for the TV that you guys already saw. But that's kind of just the B-roll and live unboxing desk. I have a few fake plants on there just to spice up and add some green to the environment. But let's take a look at this area of the room. So starting over here, this is just like a little storage space of the studio. So this is where I keep some product gear. So boxes like the box of my A6500, or my Sigma 18 to 35 millimeter lens, or just some products that I use when I'm shooting videos, but I don't necessarily want on the desk, like this Philips Hue Bloom light. This looks great in the background of videos, but I don't really have a place for it when I'm not shooting a video. So I keep it right here. This area also has like tools like duct tape, scissors, this little tool, some cable management stuff. So really, this is like a cluttered mess, but it works. And then on the third shelf, I actually have a charging station. So I can charge my small HD 501 monitor batteries, which you can see here. And then I also can charge my A6500 batteries, as that's one main bad thing about the A6500. The battery life is pretty terrible. So I always keep 2 of these charged so I can just switch them quickly and get 100% again. And then next to that, I actually have a device charger. So I have this little layout here. It's wood, it's really nice, and it can charge devices with micro USB, USB Type-C, Lightning, and really a mini USB, a lot of different types of chargers in there. So I mainly use that to charge mobile devices and tablets and stuff like that, but I can really charge anything there. And it just tucks away and it looks so aesthetically pleasing that I like it on this 3rd shelf. I can easily charge something up really quickly here. So that's kind of the storage area, but let's move over to this, the main desk. Okay, so in terms of the desk, we have a lot to cover. So I'm gonna start from this side and go to this side. So starting on this side, we have this little lamp, and this is actually from IKEA, and it's the only lamp that I could find that was this height so it could be put on the desk. I will try to find a link to it because I know that in some places you can only get in the store, but I'll try to find a link to this and everything else I feature in this video, so be sure to check the description. It's your best friend. So this lamp has a LifeX bulb in it, and so does this one over here actually. So what I can do is I can use my smartphone to actually control the color of it. So it does 16 million different colors. So with this little scrolling wheel, I can pick like whatever color I want out of those 16 million different ones. And it just really adds a nice tone to the setup. As you can probably tell, I'm really obsessed with lighting the setup and just using light to kind of transform the mood, because something dark and gray would give it like a sad mood, but then bright and pink would give it a happy mood. So I really like this salmon color here. I've been using a lot of blues and pinks in my videos, and you guys seem to really dig the way these look in the background. So that's what I've been using to light up the background of my videos, and you guys really seem to like them. I featured LifeX in countless amount of videos, and there's always really good feedback about them. I would highly recommend them. If you want to buy them, I'll drop a link in the description down below, as I've already said. But yeah, I really just love the way this looks both in real life and in the videos. Moving right along though, underneath the lamp, we have the Synology DS416 drive, and this is a 16 terabyte NAS storage. I made a full video on it if you want to check that out. You can find it in a link in the description down below. Any product that I made a full video on, I will try to link in the description down below. But this is my main storage for Nothing But Tech, and also for MBT production. So I store all of the raw files and the final products on here. Previous to getting this, I was just deleting everything and only keeping the final product, sometimes not even keeping that. But now with this, I'm keeping everything from the raw B-roll, A-roll, and audio to the finished product, the thumbnails, and the text and everything like that. I'm keeping everything, and hopefully this doesn't fill up too fast. But yeah, so that's what I'm using over here. And then right next to that, I have 1 out of 2 monitors. So I have 1 monitor here and 1 monitor over here. And these monitors are the A5 Plus Audio Engine monitors. They're absolutely amazing. I love them. I use them while editing videos and listening to music as well. If I'm doing some B-roll, it's just nice to have some background audio. So these produce awesome sound quality. They're active monitors, so they just plug right into my computer, and that's it. They come with this really nice controller. It has volume controls and a mute and night mode. So I really, really love these monitors. I cannot recommend them anymore. And I just keep this remote right on top of the left monitor. It stays. And speaking of it staying, even though it's at a tilt, these monitors are on little audio engine stands, which can actually be used with a bunch of different types of monitors because they fit most sizes, and it helps to reduce the vibration from the actual desk. Okay, moving right along, right here I have this little salt lamp. And I had a bigger like salt lamp and kind of like a bowl of salt rocks with this little orange light in my previous space, but now with this one, I wanted something that could go on my desk, so I picked up a smaller salt lamp. I'll link a bunch of different versions of the salt lamp down below because they come in a bunch of different sizes and shapes, and some of them look better in some places that they otherwise wouldn't. Like the bowl looked great in my other space, but it would not look great in this desk. So I'll try to link a bunch of different configurations of the way it looks. But I love this. It adds a really nice orange accent to the space, and it kind of like just warms it up. I'm gonna skip this for now and go over to this side, and then we'll come back to the main part of this desk. But yeah, so skipping this, over here, we have this little Edison light, and this looks really nice. If I turn it off, you can see how it just adds another warm vibe. So I kind of wanted to equal out the orange on both sides, so it was like just very equal and looked nice. And that also looks great in the background video. So you can see, you can kind of get a sense that I pick up a lot of this stuff and put it on my desk just for the aesthetics and videos, and then it turns out to actually look nice in real life also. But I really want to make my B-roll look the best that it can, so picking up things like this just really enhance it and make it more interesting. So I really like that. It has this really nice stone bottom, so it just looks different. It mixes old with the new, so I just really like it. And then next to that, I just have the other Audio Engine studio monitor, and then this little headphone stand. And this headphone stand is actually from Satechi, and it has 3 USB pass-throughs, but I don't actually use it for that. I just like it because of the premium build on it and just the aesthetics of it. So it comes in this silver color and space gray, and I think also gold. So I think that silver really complemented this setup nicely. And then in terms of the headphones on it, I have my main pair of headphones, the HE400Is. They're open back reference headphones. They sound absolutely amazing. Really wide soundstage, a lot of bass and mids and highs present, but sounds great for editing. So when I'm not using the studio monitors, I use these. They're so comfortable to use over an extended period of time, and I actually made a full video on them as well, so you can find that in a link in the description down below. But I love these headphones. Today got the spot on my desk over some other pairs of headphones that I also have, which you guys will see in a few minutes. But that goes right here. And then the other thing is just the lamp that I already talked about. This is the other one right here. But probably what you guys have all been waiting for, let's take a look at the middle of the desk. So the centerpiece of my whole setup is this. This is a 5K iMac. It's from late 2014. In terms of the specifications, it's completely spec'd out with the exception of the graphics and the storage. So the storage is a 3 terabyte fusion drive instead of a 1 terabyte solid state drive, but I find the storage works fine. And then I have 2 gigabytes of memory instead of 4. I definitely, looking back in retrospect, should have upgraded it to 4, but at the time I didn't feel like I needed it. So for now, this is the star of the show, but possibly in the future I'll upgrade to a MacBook Pro setup with an LG 5K monitor, so it's more portable. But for now, this does the trick. It does stutter a little bit while editing 4K footage, but it holds up to the test of time and it works really well. So really not a lot of complaints. The screen is gorgeous and the build quality is really premium, so I really like this guy. And it's on this kind of turntable, so I can easily adjust the viewing angle of it, so I can easily and quickly get to the back if I need to plug something in, and then also if I just want to show my content to other people that are in here, I can just quickly turn it to them either way. So this is a really cheap product, but it's an essential to my setup. And then I have this little monitor stand, also actually from Satechi. They make a lot of really cool tech products. And I really love this stand. So this stand is a really high quality premium stand, and what it does is it gives me more workspace. So what I can actually do is put products underneath it, so then I have more workspace on the desk. So in terms of what's underneath it, I have the G drive. It's 4 terabytes. It's a Thunderbolt drive. This is what I was using to edit it off of and store all of my footage up until I got the Samsung T3, which is an SSD, and it significantly has improved my workflow. And now I just store some files on here. But basically I just had this to get files that I've used in past videos. I don't really use it that much to edit off of now. It's just kind of a storage place at this point. Next to that, I have the Scarlett 2i2, which is my audio interface of choice when I want to plug into my computer with an XLR. And it also is my DAC to power higher quality headphones. Next to that, I have another Satechi product. Actually, I have a lot of them, I know. And this is a 12-port USB drive. I actually featured it in my Tech Under 25 video. It's really an awesome product, and I just store it away under here when I don't have to plug anything in to keep the desk clean, but then I can just easily pull it out and plug something in when I need to. So then next to that, I have my trusty unboxing knife. I know how much you guys love this. I use this all the time in my videos, and for only $8, it's a really awesome knife. It looks really nice, and I know you guys actually care about that kind of stuff, or some of you guys do, so this is what I use, and I just keep it under here when it's not in use, and it just stows away pretty nicely. And then next to that, I actually have this Logitech Circle camera, and a lot of this stuff is actually expensive in here, so it's nice to be able to watch it securely in 1080p full HD and be able to look at a 30-second recap of every day, and then also just at specific times where it got motion activity. So this is just a really awesome camera. It's really small and it kind of hides away. When most people come in here, they don't even notice that it's there, but it's almost always on. So this just goes on this little base, so I can actually use it off of that because it does pack a battery in it, but I just keep it charged at all times because I never want it to run out of battery and miss something. But then moving on to the peripherals that I actually use on the desk, let me show you guys those. So I have a glorious extended mouse pad, and this actually looks really nice on the desk. It has a nice contrast with the white. And I actually just prefer the look of this in comparison to just a regular mouse pad. I think extended mouse pads just look better in my opinion. So in terms of what I have on it though, I have my mouse of choice. This is the Logitech MX Master. I used to use the Performance, but I just prefer this in terms of the features that it offers, like the horizontal scrolling wheel, ability that it can pair to 3 different devices, and then just also how comfortable it is in the hand over an extended period of time. It just fits really perfectly in my hand, like it was made for me. So I use that. And then in terms of my keyboard, I use a DOS Professional 4 for Mac keyboard with Cherry MX Blue switches. You can hear how tactile and clicky those are. Absolutely love this keyboard. I checked out the Division Zero gaming keyboard a while back, and I love that keyboard, but I just like the switches more in this keyboard and the stealthy look of it better. So this is my keyboard of choice for now, and I really just enjoy it. Next to that, I have the Apple Trackpad 2, Magic Trackpad 2, I'm sorry. This trackpad is great for just getting around the operating system quickly. I can use a bunch of different gestures on the really large trackpad. So I use this secondarily to the Logitech MX Master. I would say I use it about maybe 5 to 10% of the time, but I probably do use it on about every day to 2 day basis, so I keep it there. And since I don't really use it a ton, it keeps its battery for a long time, so that's really nice. So the last thing I should probably cover is this. This is my headphone shelf, and expect a lot more headphones on there in the upcoming weeks, but these are the headphones that I currently have. This is the M70Xs, the M50Xs, and then the Hi-Fi Man open and closed back headphones. And I know that you guys really like headphone videos, so I'm going to be bringing more of them to you guys soon. But these are the headphones of choice now that I just display if I want to use them for different purposes. Like my M70Xs are my travel headphones because they're closed back, and I listen to the M50Xs when I want a more colorful sound signature. And then the Hi-Fi Man headphones are just if I want an on-ear pair of headphones. Obviously though, the HE400Is are my main pair of headphones, but these are also really awesome headphones, and I have a video on every single one of them, I think. So yeah, that's the last thing I wanted to cover on the desk, but now let's go over to this corner. So in this corner, I have this cheap floor lamp and these little lights actually that go across the whole shelf up here as well. And these lights don't look amazing in person, but they look great in videos, and that's really all that matters, right? So I don't normally keep these on my setup, but since I was filming a lot of B-roll today, I put them up and then I take them off just because they look really great for bokeh. So I keep these up when I'm using it, and then they're just really simple to store away. So that looks nice, but then in terms of this floor lamp, this is a really, really cool lamp, and it's actually pretty inexpensive. So in terms of what's actually in here, I have 2 Philips Hue lights, and the reason why I got Philips Hue and not LifeX is because I wanted to be able to compare them to each other to let you guys know, because I know you guys always ask me which one's better. So I'm in the process of doing that. If you want a full video comparing LifeX and Philips Hue, let me know by smashing this like button. But the Philips Hue bulbs are really nice also. They also have an application with them. So I can quickly head onto the Philips Hue application. It will load up, and then once it's loaded up, I can actually adjust the colors of the bulb. So this app I find is a little bit less glitchy than the LifeX app. I'm able to adjust them instantaneously, where sometimes with the LifeX it gets kind of stuck up. It takes a few seconds to catch up with me. But in this application, I can adjust it immediately, which is really, really nice. And I can adjust the brightness of the bulbs and the colors. It does 60 million different colors as well, and they just look really, really nice in the background of my videos. I normally keep them on daylight just to kind of contrast with the colorful lights on my desk and kind of just make it zen. But sometimes I do put it on color like it is now. I really like these bulbs, and I think it's a really nice addition to the setup. Behind this lamp though, I keep my 2 tripods. I have the Manfrotto tripod there. It's another Manfrotto tripod. I'm currently using a different one right now. I'm using the Manfrotto 502 tripod and carbon stick legs from Manfrotto as well. But this is a more portable tripod. It's only around, I think, 2 or 3 pounds, whereas this one's like 4.5 pounds. And then the other tripod is just if I need something to put my camera on, if I need another surface for a multi-angle shot. And that was my first tripod I ever got. It's a VT4000. It has a fluid head, and it's only around $100, so I would highly recommend it. But that's kind of just this corner of the room. That is gonna wrap up this video though. Smash the like button if you enjoyed it. Really helps out the channel more than you think. And let me know what you think of the setup and what I can do to improve it. And I'll catch you guys all in the next video. Bye.